Well, hello there, David Taylor or Mr. Pelagonian. I'm back with another video. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing and click your notifications just to notify you when I do a new video. I thought I'd do a little bit of an update as to what's going on in the UK. Chronically wet. Absolutely shocking weather that we're getting. Very wet autumn. Well, the main part of autumn anyway. October and November has been shockingly wet, certainly making up for all the dry weather that we had in the summer. It really is a question of keeping your eye on your plants at this time of year. I'm going around the glass house every day actually at the moment, just having to, because we've got to look out for dead and rotting leaves and that sort of thing, which is happening virtually non-stop. I mean, I've cleaned my plants up, quite extensively, earlier in the autumn. But I'm going round and I've just found another one of my young plants here with a few dead and dying leaves. So we'll have a look at that one. You can see here, let me just turn it round. And this is the sort of thing we're finding, sort of just rotten leaves, need to immediately be taken off. Yeah, it's not too bad, but if you let it go too long, it will spread into the stems and you'll get, everything will start rotting back. So you've got to get rid of anything that's showing any signs of rotting. Let's just sort of clean that one off. We get rid of that slightly yellowing leaf as well. You can see here, this is the sort of thing that we're getting. It's just the start of rot and you have to go back. It's not too difficult on zonal type plants. This is a Stella. I think this is one of my own Stellas actually. Gosbrook Snowcap, which is one that I got hold of a couple of years ago that I haven't grown for a while, but I released it when I had the nursery a number of years back. But so it's vital to get all these dead and dying leaves off. Got a bit of something going on there because botrytis is the real killer, and it's been a shocking season in the UK. We've had a shockingly wet autumn. That's just about clean that up. It's not too bad. If we sort of have a look round, I mean, I'm going round nearly every day, sort of seeing what I can find. But over on this one here, we can see that I've got a bit of a yellow leaf on the side there. So there's another one, just needs clipping out. It's not extensive, just a single one there. I mean, these are all plants that I sort of stripped back a bit earlier in the autumn, as I said. I mean, you can get the same problem on Regals. There's another one on this bicolour, actually, I've just spotted. Let's take that one off. We've got a few, actually, that are just beginning to die back. I mean, when you've got quite a number of plants, which obviously I have in this glass house, you just literally cannot keep an eye on everything. Yeah, that's relatively clean now. And if you keep on top of it, it shouldn't become too much of a problem. Reels as well, they tend to sort of get the odd dead leaf. Let's go up to the back end of my glass house where I've got quite a few Regals, just typically. So because I'm keeping everything quite clean, not finding anything too bad. There's one over the back there, look. It's just, now with Regals, you do have to be a little bit careful while you pull them back. There we are, that's taken that one off. That's okay. But I think, I'm sort of, because I'm keeping on top of it, there's nothing too bad. Bit of a yellow one over there, look. And it is just a question of keeping on top of them all. And I think that's just about it. I've been going round quite a lot. Right, there's one on this stat burn. Just pull that back. Once they begin to die, they should just pull back without any problems whatsoever. Okay, so there we are. Got one on the bottom of my train plant here. That's that one. That's doing okay. I mean, that is petals. and that is growing fairly well, to be quite honest, considering it's a bicolour. Now, the majority of my plants, there's a couple, there's quite a bad one on, I think, is that Mrs. Pollock? Can't remember now. I think it is Mrs. Pollock. Just take that one off. And again, they're not doing too bad. In fact, there's actually a couple on this one. But the plants have now reached the point where they aren't drinking. It has turned colder as well, despite all the wet. But it has turned colder in England now. And the plants really are only being watered about once a week. Just a little bit of a dribble once a week. Yeah, this one I obviously haven't done. There's another one there, look. There's a lot of little side shoots. Didn't want to come. There we are. It's vital to get them off. There's lots of little side shoots coming on this plant though. This is obviously one that I haven't done. So there we are. But you can see these dead and dying leaves, they need to be taken off. Now, I've just actually seen a stipule that's gone into the stem. And this is what I'm talking about. If you don't get a stipule off, that's gone into the stem. So I will probably need to cut that back at some point. I'll keep an eye on that. As it goes, it is a very long stem that's actually not in a training branch. So it's not going to be a problem to be able to cut that back. But you need to be very careful about cutting back from now on because it is very, very damp and it's not something that I'm going to want to do unless it's absolutely desperate. So I'll just keep an eye on that rather than actually do it now. I've got another leaf here. I can't break off. There we are. But these are the sorts of leaves that you've really got to get rid of now. It's vitally important. Get them off as soon as you see them. This is obviously a plant that I have been ignoring, probably because it's behind another one. But there we are. That's okay. So that's the key thing at the moment. Get rid of any dead or dying leaves. A couple on this plant. That's a standard. And we're also at the stage now in the UK where you can really cut down on the watering. I'm only watering my plants about once a week and even less than that if possible. There's another one on this one. No problem at all. Just plop that back and that's done. So there we are. That's a little bit of an infill video just to show you the sort of thing that I'm doing, and you really have just got to keep on with the cleaning down of your plants. And if you see any rot, cut it out, but do not cut back too extensively now at this time because that will just invite damp and rot and botrytis into the stems of the plant. So be very, very careful what you're doing. So that's just about it from me. I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an update there, show you what my glasshouse is doing at this time of year. And I'll see you again very soon.